Hi everybody, it's Usernamekate and welcome back to my channel. Today I am here for the global launch of Triumph's Speed 400. So today I'm going to ride this bike, I'm going to see how I get on with it and let you guys know. So if you're interested to hear my thoughts on this bike, then keep watching and I'll play the intro. Well guys, it's time to finally ride Triumph's Speed 400. Let's go. Ooh. Diamante demonstrating how it sounds when it's being revved. So as you can see, this is the cockpit. We've got some lovely simple silver bars, we've got Triumph branding, let's go! Right, so we're off! We are off! Speed 400 time. Instantly, this just feels like your typical roadster setup, naked bike setup. Ooh, it's a bit of me this. Oh, it tips in so good. Wow. Okay, so personally, I know this isn't a differences video, but I do feel like the Speed 400 is definitely, it's like it's got ants in its pants compared to the Scrambler. It just feels more peppy. But I don't know whether that's because I'm, you know, on a more sporty chassis compared to the Scrambler. You know, maybe. So the Speed 400, we've got a lot of elements of the Scrambler 400X. Of course it shares the same TR series engine. We've got 398cc, 40 PS, which is 39.5 horsepower, and we have 37.5 Newton meters of torque. Now, it feels like a right grunty machine. We've got a 17-inch front, so it's, you know, more road biased than, say, the Scrambler, even though the Scrambler is still quite a road biased bike. Obviously that 17-inch front helps the speed on the handle in front. Oh, it tips in gloriously. Light. Third gear there, just chugging away. I don't know, I just feel like there's something just a little bit more raspy about the Speed. Oh, this bike will do well. This bike is gonna do well. I already know it. Fourth gear, just dealing with it all. Doesn't need to be like a coiled spring. Just flows. Whew. love these bar end mirrors. I absolutely love them. Whoa, we're so high up. Oh, look at this road in a moment. Oh, effortless. It's effortless. It's so fun. Flicky, nimble, light. It feels light, but at the same time it feels more stable than, obviously, you know, the smaller things out there like 125s, 150s, 250s. Steering input is still pretty immediate. This one has a bit of a sharper rake than the Scrambler, and yeah, I like this. This is nice. It's peppy, it picks its feet up. Yeah, this is just a lovely pace that we've been going today. You know, fast enough to get our thrills, but also slow enough to be in control completely and able to vlog clearly, and it just equals the funnest day. Fourth gear. Fun in the Spanish sun. Slip that clutch, girl. Oh. Brakes are great, honestly. Like, the front brake is good for a single braking disc. We have a 300mm disc at that with a 4-piston caliper. We of course have ABS. Now, you can't switch the ABS off on this bike, whereas you can switch it off completely on the Scrambler. We've got some wonderful Metzeler M9RRs on this bike, so you know the rubber's gold. Oh, lovely. Bit dark here, so a bit more careful. You can see nothing's coming. Tightens up quite significantly. Oh, it's just got the punch to get out of it. Alright. Problem free, stress free. Oh! It sounds louder the higher up in the revs it goes than the Scrambler. To me it does feel quite different. The speed on roads like this is just a hoot. It's an absolute hoot. I don't know whether it's because it's a stroppy single cylinder, but it does like to be in the higher gears, which I find weird. Like going through town, cruising, the throttle can be a little bit too, you know, janky, a bit too on and off. If you're going through town in like first gear, sometimes second even. So I find if you're going really slow through the towns in third gear, Oh, the bike is so compliant to your throttle input. Really, really nice. So with the dash, we have an analog dash, exactly the same one that is on the Scrambler, albeit the Scrambler has switchable ABS, which the road focused bike, the Speed, doesn't have. But everything else is the same, where you can see the fuel gauge, you can see a range, you've got a very easy I button on the switchgear, which is very nice for, you know, just switching things on the screen, like so. It makes a lovely raspy noise when you wind it on. The levers, though non-adjustable, don't seem in a bad position. My little baby hands manage completely fine. Oh, big sweepers. Oh, look at this. This is blissful. Big load of brake, tip it in, it tips in gorge, and then you can just, I'm in 5th gear then, and I just gradually introduce the throttle and it acts lovely. Ah. So we got a 13 litre tank, we have a single disc on the front, 300mm disc, we've got a 4-piston caliper on the front. The stopping power is great, and on the road the stopping power actually feels a bit better on the Speed in my opinion, but the Scrambler 400X does have slightly different pads in it, and it's so that, you know, when you apply the front brake, if you have to, it's not as bitey. Obviously it still works great on the road, but it is noticeable that this front brake is a little bit more bitey. Suspension, again, we've got 43mm upside down forks, non-adjustable. We've got 140mm of travel, and then on the rear we've got a monoshock, so very different to the other Speed twins in the range. I did ask them whether this was a cost saving exercise or whether this was a purposeful decision based on aesthetics, and it was the latter. They really wanted the bike to, you know, look a certain way and, you know, be a bit more sporty but still very, very retro and classy looking. But yeah, that monoshock is preload adjustable. Riding position of this is so neutral for my size. Right, let's do this in the gear that I'm in. Let's commit. 6th gear. It's giving a bit of a raspy burble, but it's doing it. Oh look, no complaints. What the heck? Man, this engine is just so chilled out, so relaxed. Let's go. Jump that. I hope Demonte got that on camera. I tell you what, I must say, as a, you know, OEM tyre, stock tyre for the Scrambler, I actually really enjoyed the cruise. I'm really really having fun on this bike. I love working lesser powered machines. You do get such satisfaction out of wringing the necks. Another thing that I really like about the Speed 400 is how low it is. It is quite low in the saddle. We've got quite a narrow waist as well. She's trim, she's a trim gal. And yeah, slim waist just means legs, they're less thrown out to the side and they go straight down, which means it's easier to get your foot flat. But there is something real nice about that. So for somebody that is 5'4", it is a lovely height. Or even somebody that's like 5'6", 5'7", but you know, doesn't have a long inseam because, or inside leg measurement, because my inside leg measurement is 29 inches. And I know some quite tall men that have an inside leg measurement shorter than mine. They're all bod, they're all body, they're no legs. They've no legs. So yeah, it's certainly appropriate for people with 29 inch inside leg measurement, even lower, I would say. Well guys, we have had a wonderful day in Valencia today. As you've seen, those roads that we have taken the Triumph Speed 400 on have just been absolutely insane. Really flowing. They were great roads to really test the performance of this bike. So for a bike that is priced sub £5,000, what a bike you get for it. The quality of the finish on this bike is typically Triumph. I've ridden a lot of Triumphs, and one of the things that they're really good at is producing a quality bike. Now, I know there's a lot of, you know, people that say, oh, it's not made in the UK, it's made in India. It may be made in India, but if you look at it right now, you can see that there's been no scrimpage when it comes to quality. It's been quality checked to the max. The components are lovely for, you know, the price that it's trying to keep to. Yeah, we don't have adjustable suspension. We don't need it. It's set lovely. You know, it's got great rubber from factory with Metzeler M9RRs. Excellent tyres for these conditions today. And it's just been a bike that I actually would love to have in my garage. I love the looks of it. It's very retro. It's very classic looking. The performance is there for me. I absolutely loved it. It's a bike that you can push, you can rev it, you can rag it, you can get a lot out of it, and it leaves you feeling extremely satisfied. So I absolutely love that about the bike. And the sound. I mean, this to me sounds nicer than the Scrambler 400X. It's just got that raw, ruckus bop to it, and it's absolutely amazing. One of the things that I didn't expect was when I was riding through town, it's got a ride-by-wire throttle. I thought it would, you know, perhaps be a little smoother in first and second. I did find it, for me personally, maybe it's how I ride, a bit on the surgy side. However, I certainly found out pretty quickly that if you ride it in a higher gear, like third gear, in the same roads that you'd probably be doing second, that throttle is wonderful. So I just rode according to, you know, how the bike acted in third gear. Absolutely lovely. I just think it's a brilliant bike. I've had so much fun. You'll be able to see through the footage, the riding footage. We were honking on and it was just lapping it up. No, you know, getting bent out of shape. It wasn't stroppy, you get stroppy single cylinders. It's not like that. It's just a lovely compliant bike. For how low it is and how small it is, it feels exceptionally planted. And yeah, I just think it's a cracking bike. So for me, I'm 5'4" with a 29 inch inside leg measurement. This bike has a seat height of 790mm, and this is what it's been like for me to ride this bike. So, I mean, as you can see, I've got a ball of my foot down on each side, but with the slightest bum adjustment, a bit of shufflage, a bit of leaning to the side, it's a flat foot. It's so confidence inspiring when you come to a stop. literally. I think that there's going to be a lot of people out there who are quite short in the leg that are going to really gel with this bike, because you can have lots of fun on it. It doesn't have to be super tall for you to get enjoyment out of the bike, and this bike just certainly proves it. So guys, to conclude, to summarise my time on the Speed 400, what a cracking little machine. I think Triumph will do really, really well with this. I actually don't know what they'll do better with, the Scrambler 400X or the Speed, because I do feel like they will slightly appeal to slightly different audiences. I certainly think for somebody, maybe a commuter, somebody who's maybe new to riding, has had a 125, wants to step up with a bit more poke, even experienced riders who, you know, maybe want a second bike in the garage that's, you don't have to drag the big Tiger out, they can just whip this bad boy out to go and get the milk. Or even older people who, you know, are perhaps not as strong as they once were and want something a little bit lighter and more manageable. It ticks a lot of boxes for a lot of people. I think it'll do great in the UK market. I think it'll do incredible in India. And yeah, I just think Triumph have really hit the nail on the head with this bike. So if you guys have enjoyed this video, please consider hitting that subscribe button. It really helps my channel grow and I'm forever grateful. And yeah, until the next time guys, take care, ride safe, and I'll see you then. Bye!